Hi, my name is Tanya, and this is my YouTube video for the final project for the social media marketing course at George Brown College. So for the purposes of this assignment, I made up a company. It's called No Duds Designer. It's a small business consignment store in Queen Street West with an existing website. But for the social media strategy, as part of the strategy, they are moving forward with relaunching the website and offering an authentication service for luxury goods. So the vision is to move beyond the bricks and mortar location where they are now and to relaunch the website, as I mentioned. As a result of this, the marketing dollars that they have will be mostly funneled towards social media and online advertising, with limited funds being attributed to classic forms of media. So as part of this, they are going to be hiring a community manager, and more on that later. So the landscape at the moment is that there are 4 other competitive retailers to No Duds Designer that are on Queen Street, with obviously other retailers elsewhere in the city, all specializing in vintage designer items or secondhand designer items. What's going to make NDD unique is this new authentication process, hopefully. And another thing to consider is that the number of pawn shops offering secondhand handbags and shoes and luxury items of that sort has actually grown in the last couple of years. And from an online perspective, giants like eBay and Amazon are very, very powerful, and they've got obviously massive audiences. But with the Canadian dollar where it is, this is really an opportunity to position for NDD to position itself as a great local Canadian option for the Canadian market. So the business situation is that NDD is really a small business by every definition. So they've got 5 staff members currently, soon to be 6, and they gross less than $500,000 a year. And most of their staff, actually all of their staff, are part of a younger demographic, and they often post new arrivals onto their personal feeds, which is great. But as I mentioned, you really need someone who's going to be dedicated to the social media strategy, because there are a lot of tactics that need to be executed on. So the overarching plan is to grow the online business, as I had mentioned. I also want to talk about the target customer with respect to growing the business. So our target customer is primarily female, grossing about $60,000 plus a year, because they have to be able to afford the luxury items. And from an online perspective, we're actually trying to target younger women, millennials, who are more sort of savvy with online shopping and are more trusting of the social and online sphere. The store features high-end and ultra-high-end merchandise, and from a sales perspective, we're really looking at users who are either looking to make an investment purchase, such as a vintage Chanel bag, which can cost up to $10,000, or customers who can just buy one of these items outright on a visit to the store. So I'm going to skip straight to the tools and technology section. So what are the tactics that the community manager is going to use to really propel this social media strategy and set NDD up for success in that sphere? So I'll just quickly run down the list. The website, of course, is going to be relaunched with the end user in mind. So really you need to hone into what the target user, target customer, what are they looking for? And that's really at the core of the Cores and Paths document. So with that document in mind, the NDD will basically build the new website that will be managed by the community manager. E-newsletters obviously will be sent out to the current customer base with a promotion of $20 off their first purchase. A blog will also be created in tandem with the relaunching of the site. So the blog will really be a vehicle for NDD to stay top of mind with their customer. It's not so much a sales vehicle, but again, it's about relevance. It's about sharing the type of content that the subscribers to the blog are looking for, and hopefully converting them to customers. Facebook, very important. So Facebook page will be synced with the website, of course. Any posts to the websites or to the blog will be shared through the Facebook feed. And again, as a result, this will mostly be a vehicle for, once again, just promoting a luxury lifestyle, promoting tips and tricks for style suggestions and things like that. And of course, weaving through new arrivals to the store, or the kind of merchandise that you offer that's on offer for the fall or winter season or the holiday season. But again, with more of a focus on sharing content that's of interest to the fans of the page. And of course, Facebook ads, and promoted posts, and those will be one of the key focuses, because actually organic reach on Facebook is pretty much zero. So marketing dollars will be used towards this for all posts, not just items, and not just for sales-based posts. Twitter, similar situation. So right now there is no Twitter account for NDD, and with the launch of the site, a Twitter account will be part and parcel of the social media strategy. And the community manager will tweet once a day, again, about sort of style trends and luxury lifestyle trends and things like that. One interesting element that's going to be a part of this social media strategy is YouTube tutorial videos. So once a month, a designer will be chosen, and a store manager will essentially lead a video tutorial about how to authenticate certain items. So let's say a Louis Vuitton bag. What are the benchmarks of authenticity for an item like that? Again, this is honing into creating relevant content that will be tagged properly, obviously, and shared through the other channels: Facebook, Twitter, blog, website, etc. So best practices for managing a social media strategy are really the cornerstone is consistency. So looking at the editorial calendar and at the same time staying on track and on top of it, but also making changes, consulting with colleagues, with the store manager, making changes to the strategy, to the calendar as need be. And how would you really make those changes without knowing what the benchmarks are for success? And in my view, benchmarks for success really go hand in hand with KPIs. So what are the KPIs for a business like No Duds Designer? So we're talking sales mostly, obviously, both of merchandise and of the authenticity service. Shares, likes, retweets, clicks on ads, e-newsletter subscriptions, pins, page views, time spent on page, page abandonment rates on the website. The KPIs will be tracked by the community manager, and as I mentioned, will be discussed with the store manager and the store owner to figure out what's working, what's not working, and tweaks will be implemented as a result. So in terms of continuous improvement, the main focus will of course be a dollar amount. So as I mentioned, the focus of the marketing dollars for NDD within the strategy will be the website and the authentication service that's offered through the website, both of which will be promoted. And if one is performing better than the other, or maybe certain elements aren't operating or functioning as expected, changes will of course be made. But I think sales, or the dollar amount will be the ultimate indicator of where this business or how this business will change its direction. So I hope that captured the project, and thank you very much for listening.